so much for joining me. Today's yoga practice is all about cultivating peace and calm, even amongst challenges. Find yourself in a comfortable seated position, maybe with a little bit of lift under your spine, so just sitting right on the edge of a blanket or a bolster. I like to fold 2 blankets, that's my ideal. But just so you're sitting right on the edge of it so that it's supporting your spine and helping to lift you a little bit. Check that your spine is nice and tall and elongated. Your shoulders are directly over your hips and your neck is directly over your shoulders. Take a nice deep breath in. Come into this moment. As you exhale, just allow your shoulders to relax down your back. As you inhale, allow yourself to just lift a little bit taller, a little bit stronger. Taking a few deep breaths here on your own, breathing in all the way down into your belly and exhaling out the mouth to just clear energy, clear space within your body. Yoga is all about connecting with our senses, connecting with our body, being present and feeling. Becoming aware of the sensations and the experiences within. Allowing our energy to flow. On your next inhale, bring your hands up and overhead. And as you exhale, bring them down into a prayer position at your heart space. We will open our class with 3 rounds of Om together. We will take 1 breath in and out through the mouth just to cleanse, and then another breath in, and then as we exhale, we will Om, and we'll do that 3 times. Now beginning with our cleansing breath, breathing in. And inhaling for Om. Releasing your hands to your legs. Really feeling the resonance of that Om within your body. Allowing it to align you with the universe. Take your hands down to either side of your body, about in alignment with your hips. And just point your fingers so your fingertips are placed on the earth. Take a nice big inhale as you look up, and then exhale as you drop your right shoulder to your right ear. Right ear to your right shoulder. Feeling that stretch in your neck, all the way down your arm, and into your fingertips. And then take your right hand and just bring it and place it gently on your head. Not really pulling your head, but simply allowing the weight of your hand to bring a little bit deeper of a stretch into your neck. Remembering to remain connected with your breath as you stretch. Envisioning your breath going into your neck, into the stretch. And as you exhale, envisioning any tension in that area just melting away. Release your right hand to the earth, roll your head forward and over to the left side. Nice deep breath in and out. And taking your left hand, placing it on top of your head. Release your hand to the earth, roll your head forward and over to the right side again. This time bringing your gaze up and down. Up and down as you exhale. Up as you inhale, down as you exhale. And roll forward and over to the left again, doing the same thing up and down. Rolling our head forward and bring it back up into center. Inhale your hands up overhead, bringing them in again to your heart space. And connecting within for a moment and finding our peace. Connecting with our internal peace. Just residing in that energy for a moment. Finding whatever it is that brings us peace from within. And allowing that to grow within this practice today. Release your hands. And now as you stretch forward, reach your fingers out in front of you, leaning into your seat forward. And walk your hands over to the right side of your body, stretching over your right leg. Feeling that stretch all on your side body. Down, it could go even all the way down your hips, down into your thigh. And with each exhale, just feel yourself deepening into your stretch and deepening into your personal peace. Allowing yourself to find your peace even in discomfort. And if you do have any discomfort or tension, just releasing that with every exhale into the earth. Walking your hands back to center. Taking a moment here. And then walking your hands over to the left side, stretching over your left leg. Feeling your right side body lengthening and opening. With each breath, feeling your lungs and your ribs expanding into that side body. Check in with your shoulders, make sure they're not creeping up into your ears. Just keep them down your back. walking your hands back to center and bringing them up. Take your legs out in front of you and just shake them out. Rotate your ankles. Some good cracks happening. Breathe in as you reach your hands up overhead, and exhale as you reach for your toes, placing your hands either on the earth next to you or on your legs, or if you can reach at your feet. Anywhere in between is fine too. As you exhale, just feeling yourself relax deeper into the pose. And just exploring your edge here. Meet the tension with your breath. And that's where the growth happens. And coming back up. Move into a tabletop, so coming onto your hands and knees. Placing your hands directly under your shoulders and your knees directly under your hips. Check with your fingers that they're nice and wide, spread out, and really activate your fingertips so that you're gripping your mat really firm with your whole hand. Your weight is evenly distributed between all those fingers. Just find your spine nice and flat. Make sure your hips aren't sinking up, you're just good and straight, your gaze is forward. Also check in with your shoulders if they're low on your back. They're not like creeping like this, nice and straight. And then as you inhale, lift your head and your hips as you drop your belly. As you exhale, drop your head as you curl your back up. Inhale, bringing your head up, dropping your belly. And exhale, curving your back again. Repeating this on your own, following the natural rhythm of your breath. Allowing your breath to initiate the movement for you, and allowing your breath to determine how long or short each movement is. Really feeling your spine waking up. And then bring your hands, one hand length in front of where they were. So now the bottom of your hand is where the tip of your hands were. And we're going to move our hips in big circles, like so. Going back on the left side, and then coming forward on the right side. Breathing in as you come forward, and exhaling as you come back. Inhale forward, exhale back. Working out all the kinks. And next time you're on an exhale, And coming back into a child's pose, sitting your hips down into the heels of your feet, sinking your tummy down to the earth and placing your forehead on the earth as well. Coming back up, placing your hands back underneath your shoulders in your tabletop position, knees drift into your hips. Just find your center here. Now take your left hand and place it right in the middle of the mat. And then turn that hand around so your fingertips are pointed towards the back of your mat, towards your feet. You'll get a nice wrist stretch here, and even if you just want to sit your hips back a little bit to kind of deepen that stretch in your wrist and in your forearm. And breathing in your peace directly into that stretch. And witnessing any tension coming out through your breath. And now flipping your hand over so the back of your hand is on the mat with your fingertips still pointing to the back towards your toes. And again, sitting your hips back as far as feels good, or you could just stay straight and just stretching now the front of your wrist, the front of your forearm. Experiment with rotating your arm and just see where you feel the stretch the most and the deepest and the most yummiest. Returning your hand. And now bringing your right hand into your middle of your mat. Palm flat with your fingers pointed towards your toes. And just sitting your hips back a little bit to create more of a stretch in your forearm. Utilizing your breath to deepen and strengthen the stretch. Flip your hand over so now the back of your hand is on the mat with your fingertips pointed towards your feet. Again, sitting your hips back and just rotate your arm until you find where that stretch feels good. Returning, and just sit your hips back onto your heels, bringing your torso up. And just shake out your arms. Shake out your torso. And return to your tabletop. Take your left leg behind you, keeping your toes connected to the earth. And straighten that leg behind you. Feeling that stretch in your calf now. And then lift that leg so it's parallel to the earth. And then walk it over to the other side of your right foot, the outside of your right side of your mat. And then just look over your right shoulder. Looking back at your toes, feeling that stretch in your side body. Now lifting your leg, bringing it back parallel straight behind you. And then bringing it all the way out to the left side, the same side. And keeping it aligned with your knee that's down. So the middle of your foot is right in alignment with your knee. Now walk your hands towards your body, placing them onto your right thigh and coming up with your hands on your hips. Take a nice big inhale as you bring your hands up overhead, and then exhale as you reach over to the right side, placing your right hand on your knee or on your leg, your left side. Got it backwards. So leaning over to the left side, placing your left hand on your left leg that's out, right hand up overhead, and just check that your heart is nice and open. And take your right hand and bring it kind of back a little bit so you're really opening up your chest. Take a nice big inhale as you come back up to center, and then exhale as you drop your right hand to the earth, left hand straight up to the sky. If you need a block or something tall, normally I would cue a block, but I don't have any blocks right now. So if you have a block or something you can kind of lift yourself with, it can be definitely a little bit easier and more accessible for most that way. On your next exhale, coming back up to center, bring your hands up overhead, and then as you exhale, fold forward and sit your hips back to your right foot, keeping your left leg extended out next to you. However far you can go is good, so if you're here and you need your knee bent, feel free to bend your knee. You'll feel the stretch right under your right leg, or left leg, right under the knee there. And coming back to your sort of tabletop with your legs sticking out. And just take that left leg and bring it back behind you, parallel to the earth. Place your toes back on the ground. Return your knee to the earth. And just find a nice stable place here. Again, checking with your fingertips that they're spread nice and wide and steady. Take your left leg and extend it back out behind you again. Lift it to be parallel to the earth, and then lift your right arm out in front of you as well. Keeping your palm facing inward, and all the way back to your left toes. Really feeling the power and energy in this pose. And just connecting again with your inner peace. Facing any challenges that you feel with peace. And if you're shaking, this is good. And if you're not shaking, this is good too. Returning your hands to the earth and your knee. Taking your knees wide on the mat, bring your toes together, sit your hips back and down. Place your forehead on the earth and reach your hands forward. Coming back up into your tabletop. I'm definitely starting to feel the heat. The sweater is a little warm. That's okay. I like to be warm. It's cold outside, so I gotta let that carry over my day, keep me warm all day. All right, so checking in, creating stability, really leaning into our hands. Take and extend your right leg behind you straight with your toes connected to the earth. And just kind of sit your heel back a little bit and feel that stretch in your calf. Lift that leg up to be parallel to the earth, and then bring it all the way over to the outside of your left leg. And then look over your left shoulder at your toes. Really breathing into that side body, feeling your ribs open up into the stretch. Next exhale, bring your leg back behind you and then all the way over to the right side. Again, bringing your foot in line with your knee that's down so that the middle of your foot is lined up with your knee. And then walk your hands back towards your body and up to your hips. Take a nice big inhale as you bring your hands up overhead, and then exhale as you drop your right hand to your right leg, reaching up and over, keeping your shoulders down your back, and opening your chest, bringing your gaze up to the ceiling, and just feeling the openness of your heart, connecting with your inner peace and noticing how that contributes to how open you feel. When we relax deeper, we can open deeper. And when we're at peace, we can relax. Next exhale, bring your arms up overhead. Nice big inhale here, and then as you exhale, drop your left hand to the earth or to your block. Right hand stays up overhead, reaching, and just bring that shoulder down and back so that your chest is nice and open, bringing your gaze up to the ceiling. am at peace. I am peace. I feel peace. On your next exhale, coming back up to center. Nice big inhale here, and as you exhale, drop your hands in front of you and sitting your hips back and down. Leaving your right leg extended out next to you. You can keep that knee bent or you can straighten it. Whatever feels like a healthy stretch for you. And you may kiss your forehead to the earth as well if that is accessible for you. Allowing any tension to melt away as you exhale. Using our intentions to release tension is the greatest form of healing and presence. I like to really imagine as I exhale, my breath is right where that stretches, and I see it traveling all the way up from my knee, up the inside of my thigh, through my belly, through my lungs, and out my nose and mouth. That whole way, all the way out, and then down into the earth. And try and feel that energy flowing out as well. And coming back up to our tabletop. Take your right foot and bring it back behind you again, parallel to the earth. And then returning your knee down. Taking a moment here again, finding our stability, our strength, and our peace. Creating a nice straight back, a long neck. Take your right leg out behind you again, bringing it up parallel to the earth. And then take your left hand out in front of you, with your palm facing inward. Really using your breath to bring you strength, to hold you here. Finding your peace within the challenges. Choosing your peace within the challenges. Redirecting your awareness towards your peace. Allowing that peace to emanate out of you. Every movement, every feeling, every word is an emanation of your inner peace. You exude peace, and all that surrounds you reflects your peace. Remaining strong in your core here. Return your hand to the earth and return your knee to the earth. Take your hips wide on the mat, bringing your toes together. Sit your hips down and back. Stretch your arms forward and place your forehead to the earth. Bringing yourself back up to tabletop. Shoulders over wrists, hips over knees. Curl your toes under and then press your hips up and back, straightening out your knees for downward facing dog. Feel free to walk it out, so press your heels back and forth, feeling that stretch on both sides. Now take your knees and bend them and bring them so close to the mat without touching that you're just hovering, just barely hovering over the mat. Then take your chest and your stomach and just bring it into your knees, to your legs. Now straighten your legs, keeping your chest close to your thighs. Reconnecting with your breath. Feeling gratitude for your body's capabilities. Finding peace with your body's capabilities. Straighten out your back, move forward into a plank position. Ensuring that you're nice and lifted here, so you don't want yourself leaning down like this. You want to be really actively lifting your core and keeping it strong. And then take your right foot and bring it forward. I did that backwards. You guys do right. I'm here. Here we go. Right foot. So now we're going to lunge. And then just take your left knee and place it down on the earth. Uncurl those toes. And then just kind of sit your hips forward and let them kind of sink in. It's a great hip opener. Especially good for pregnancy or preparing for birth. If you'd like to deepen this a little bit, you can take your right foot and walk it all the way over to the edge of your mat and even to the outside of your mat, and then place that same right hand inside of your leg. And you could even let that right knee just fall out. So you have your leg all the way out, and you can even let your knee fall out like this. Just really exploring what feels good. Bring your your left knee up a little bit forward. And then sit your hips back onto your left foot with your right leg extended in front of you. And now just simply lean forward and feel that stretch at the bottom of that leg, that front leg. Coming back into your lunge. Take your right hand and place it inside your right leg at the front. And then as you inhale, bring your left arm up to the sky, bringing your gaze up as well, opening your heart space over to the left. If you'd like to expand a little bit further into this pose, take your right hand and bring it underneath your thigh, reaching for your back. Then take your left hand, drop it behind your back, and grab your hands together behind you. Checking in with your shoulder, ensure that it's not falling into your ear, keeping it actively down and back. And if you grabbed your hands behind you, just return your hands to where they were on the earth and in the sky. Take a nice big inhale here and then exhale to return your hand down to the earth, your left hand. Then we will take the other hand, so the right hand, and bring that one up to the earth, to the sky. So now we're opening up to the right side, twisting towards that front leg. Return your hand to the earth. Step your right leg back to meet your left. Come up into downward facing dog. Come forward onto a plank position and then slowly lower your body all the way down. Take a nice big inhale here, and then as you exhale, lift your face and your heart. And then inhale to come back down. Curl your toes back under, push yourself up and back into your downward dog again. Bring your right leg up behind you, parallel to the earth, and then bring it forward on the mat. And then bring your left leg to the top of the mat as well. Hanging for a moment, folding, swing yourself back and forth. Grab your elbows as you do this. Shake your head. Really feeling your upper torso fully relaxed. Take a nice big inhale as you come up halfway with a flat back, placing your hands on your shins. And exhale as you come back down. Inhale, bend your knees and sit back as if you're going into a chair position, and then slowly rise all the way up, straightening your legs. Big inhale at the top, exhale to bring your hands down into your heart space. Take a few deep breaths here. Release your hands down to your sides. Inhale to bring them up overhead. And then exhale to fold. Inhale to come halfway up with a flat back. And exhale, return to the earth. Take your right foot and place it behind you, coming into a lunge with your left foot forward. Checking that your knee is directly over your ankle and your core is lifted. And take your right knee and place it down on the earth. Take your left foot and walk it out to the side of your mat. And allow your knee to open and your hips to sink down in. exploring the sensations, connecting with your body, and allowing your inner peace to become physical, allowing your peace to be felt within your body. Returning your left foot to its original position. Taking your right knee and bringing it forward a little bit. And then sit your hips back onto your right foot, extending your left leg in front of you. You can keep your knee bent or you can straighten it. You can flex your toes or you can point them. Just explore and then bend forward to just feel more of that stretch under your leg. The bottom, underneath. The back? I think that's the back you would call that. Yeah, the back of your leg. There you go. The more we allow our breath to go into the places that hold tension, the more that we're able to release that tension. Because we're aware of it and we're bringing spaciousness into it. Because the breath is just like the air all around us. It's just open, clear space. And so when we breathe that in, we're literally bringing in clear, open space into our physical bodies. And so just finding that tension, feeling that tension, becoming aware of that tension, and then moving our spacious breath into that space, really just envisioning and feeling and actively breathing that breath into that space, and then exhaling, releasing that tension. This is why yoga is so useful for presence and awareness and consciousness, growing and cultivating consciousness, because yoga works with the consciousness, works with the mind as well as the physical body. Coming back up into your lunge. Place your left hand inside your left foot, and then raise your right arm up to the sky, reaching, opening, bring your gaze up to the sky. If you'd like to deepen this pose, take your right hand behind you, take your left hand, bring it under your thigh, and hold hands. And if you can't reach, that's okay. You could just be like this, and that's great. And then just allow your shoulders to remain down and low on your back. Remember to remain lifted in your core. And if you curled your hands in, then just open them back up. And then return both hands down to the earth. Now twist the other direction. Place your right hand flat on the earth. Place your left hand up towards the sky, bringing your gaze up towards your left hand. I feel this one in my ankle. It's nice. Sometimes I'm surprised by poses. They bring awareness to spaces that I wasn't expecting. That's why I love yoga so much. It's parts of the body that I think I almost never think about unless I'm in a random pose. And return your hand back to the earth. Place your left foot behind you to meet your right into downward dog. Walk them out. Place your knees on the earth, bring your toes together, and sit your hips down and back. And then place your forehead on the earth for child's pose. Coming back up to your tabletop. And then moving up into your downward dog. And then you can just walk your feet to the front of the mat or walk your hands back to your feet. But eventually find yourself at the top of your mat for forward fold. Inhale to come halfway up with a flat back, placing your hands on your shins. And exhale, coming back down. Inhale, bend your knees and reach forward as you sit. And then slowly rise all the way up, straightening your legs. Big inhale here at the top, reaching, stretching back a little bit. And exhale as you bring your hands down to your heart space. We'll move our hands into a mudra. So just take your hands as they are in prayer position. And then simply open the middle three fingers, creating a little flower. So keeping your thumb and your pinky connected, and then just opening the middle three fingers into creating like almost like a circle with your hands, with your fingers, keeping your palms and your pinky and thumb connected. Just envisioning this as your heart space. Feeling like it is a very peaceful space. Feeling how it is calm. And how it is gentle. And just envisioning as you breathe in, a little light comes and swirls around this mudra. Swirls around your hands and goes all the way up your hands through your arms, into your body, and then swirls around your whole body. Release your hands to your sides. Inhale your hands up overhead. And exhale, forward fold. Take your left foot behind you, coming into a right forward lunge. Bring your right foot directly into the middle of your mat, and then place your left foot flat, pointing the opposite, so perpendicular to your front. So your back left foot is parallel to the short end of your mat, and then your front right foot is parallel to the long side. And then your middle of your back foot is lined up with the heel of your front foot in line. And then as you inhale, bring your arms and your torso up and open into a T, with your heart facing out to the left side. So your hips to the side, chest to the side, arms out, and bring your gaze forward to the right. Rotate your right hand so that your palm is facing forward. And then drop your left hand to your left leg as you raise your right up to the sky. Bring your gaze to the sky. Connecting with Father Sky. Connecting with the sun. If you're inside, that's okay. You can still connect with it. Imagine it. Like a big ball of light. Feel it on your skin. Next, exhale, come back out to a T, and then the other direction, bring your right hand, your right arm to your right leg. And then left arm up overhead, bring your gaze to the sky again. Choosing peace in every moment. Anytime your mind wavers away from what you're doing, just choose peace and return to your body, return to the sensations. Coming back up to a T, bring your hands into your heart space, rotate back forward towards your right foot, and then come back down into your lunge. So return your feet to your normal lunge position. Take your right foot, bring it back behind you, coming into a down dog, and then chaturanga, so come forward into your plank. Slowly lower yourself down. Nice big inhale here. Exhale to come up into a cobra. Inhale, coming back down. Curl your toes under and press yourself up and back. Downward facing dog. Walk or hop your feet forward, bring your hands back to your feet, whatever feels good. And find yourself in a forward fold at the top of your mat. Letting it all go for just a second. Inhale, coming halfway up with a flat back. Exhale, folding back down. Bend your knees, inhale as you slowly rise up. Exhale at the top, bending back a little bit. Inhale, bringing your hands down to your heart space. Opening your little flower mudra again. Reconnecting with your inner peace. Release your hands to your sides. Shake it out. Inhale, up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Now take your right foot behind you, coming into a left forward lunge. Bring your left foot all the way to the very center of the mat. Flatten your right foot behind you, bringing it in line so that the middle of your back foot is perfectly in line with the heel of your front foot. They're in line with each other. Bring your torso and your arms up into a T, opening your heart out to the right side, bringing your gaze forward to the left. Relax your shoulders down your back. There's nowhere to be and there's nothing to do. Peace is calm. Peace is knowing you are exactly where you're meant to be. Peace is peace. Peace is trust and alignment. Trust that you are in alignment. Rotate your front hand so that your palm is facing up. Drop your right hand behind you. Raise your left hand up overhead. Gazing up at the sky, connecting again with the sun. Allowing the sun's energy to come into you. Feeling it pour over you. This beautiful warm energy. Imagine that warmth is your peace flowing over your whole body. Thank you, Mr. Sun. Return to your T, and then move the opposite direction, placing your left elbow onto your left leg. Right arm overhead, bring your gaze up to the sky. And then reaching your right arm way over to the front. Return to your T, warrior two. Bring your hands into your heart. Rotate your whole torso back to the front. Return your hands to the earth. Return to your lunge. Take your left foot, bring it behind you to meet your right. Downward facing dog. Chaturanga, come forward into a plank. Slowly lower and then move into cobra or upward dog. Back into downward dog. And then place your knees onto the earth. Uncurl your toes and then walk your hands towards your legs, sitting onto your feet. This is a good moment to drink some water. So if you need water, if you have water next to you, just take a couple drinks. Allowing that to just settle. Connecting with our breath. Now, come onto your bum. Bring your bum all the way to the middle of the mat. Extend your legs out in front of you and then slowly lower back, down to lay. Take your knees and bend them. Bring your heels close to your butt. Take a nice big inhale, and as you exhale, lift your hips up. And your core up for bridge. Ensure that your knees stay aligned with your hips and that they don't splay out. So keep your knees close together. And then even you can reach your fingers for your heels, just to keep your shoulders down your back. And slowly lower back down. Now take your feet and lift them both to the sky, as if you're walking on the ceiling. Return your feet to the earth. Again, bring your heels close to your butt. You could even reach down and touch them with your hands. Take a nice big inhale, and as you exhale, lift your hips and your core. While we're here, take your shoulders and walk them in so that your hands are underneath your butt. Next, exhale, slowly lower down on top of your arms. And then bring your legs up. And then using the strength of your arms, just push. How do I say this? Push your legs up so that you come onto your shoulders. And then take your hands and press your back, your lower back. And kind of hold your hips there. And then you can shimmy your arms underneath, coming into your shoulder stand. You can remain here, or if you'd like, you can slowly lower your legs. I like to bend my knees first, and then bring your toes to the earth above your head. Bend your knees again, bring them up overhead, your legs. And then slowly lower down. What I like to do is just release my hands while still remaining connected to my hips. And then slowly lower my legs above my head. And then roll my back down, like so. And then just taking a moment to rest and feel. Place one hand on your belly, one hand on your chest. And take your knees into your chest and hug them. Rock back and forth. Feel your lower spine massaging against the earth. Grab your feet with your hands. Bring your knees into your elbows. Happy baby. And then take your feet and place the soles of your feet together, splaying your legs out with coming into a round angle like a butterfly with your legs. Again, connecting your hands, one to your belly, one to your heart space. And then extending your legs out in front of you. Releasing your hands to the earth beside you. Closing your eyes. And moving into Shavasana. Slowly bringing yourself back to your body, wiggling your toes, wiggling your fingers, breathing nice and deep, feeling how yummy that breath is. Maybe stretching your arms and legs out like you do when you first get out of bed. Taking a moment to roll over to one side and just lay there in like a fetal position. Feeling the earth holding you. Feeling your inner peace and how much it's grown throughout this practice. Really resting in that energy, that calm, that grounded peace. Breathing it in deeply, and when you feel ready, pressing yourself up, using it as the strength of your arms, coming back to a comfortable seated position, keeping your eyes closed. I'd love to close this practice today with one Om together. So breathing your hands up overhead. Exhale, bringing them down into a prayer position at your heart. Take a nice big inhale and exhale out the mouth to cleanse. And then inhale for Om. Thank you so much for joining me and cultivating peace today and calm. I hope you have a beautiful and peaceful day and rest of your week, and until I see you again,